I'd suck heaps of dicks for $20 million.
Well, no one cares about your saggy tits and your fucking.
Is your name?
box.
Is
I want to beat her to death with her dead fetus.
We're not saying anything wrong. We're just saying that teachers fucking boys is hot.
Come in my ass.
We're not endorsing kid porn. We're just giving you an avenue to do it.
Always down.
I hate when they call us the pommies. You guys are the fucking prisoners. You're fucking rapists with a tag.
How can you watch this through with like just laugh? Is that actually period blood?
Yes.
That's a lot. You'd have to like.
You have an abortion or some shit, like what the fuck?
No, should I
Mando.
suck dick now? Is that should I take it up the arse?
Only white privilege I believe in is white woman privilege.
Yeah.
White male privilege doesn't exist. They work for their shit. They work for their shit.
I'm fucking leaving. You guys are sickos.
Don't be that misogynist.
You know who you're talking to here.
Listen here, bitch. Faggots, whores, penis. Come in your ass. Come in your mum's ass. Come in your dad's mouth.
Nothing beats a bottle of red wine and a fucking solid wank.
We're allowed to be hypocrites. That's the whole thing about
Yeah.
this. We are all hypocrites.
Yo. Oh, where the fuck did Josh go?
Still making some kind of wog spread. I'm guessing.
What is he doing? Josh.
Oh, Joshua.
So he's had a wog platter and now he has to have wine because you can't have one without the other.
It's
Hello.
Yeah. Well, Normie's away on holidays. Where is he exactly?
I love it when you go for a piss and put your dick back in your pants and just piss yourself.
Yeah.
That little bit comes out after, and you're like,
You know what that is?
that prostate
it's your-
working in premium condition.
That's what it is. It's an aging prostate. That's what it is.
Is it actually?
I think so. Did you used to piss yourself when you were like fucking
Nah,
18?
It used to happen. It's happened all my life.
Well, then your prostate's been fucked all your life.
Yeah.
Well, I did get it fingered once because I thought I had to get
yeah.
my asshole
You're not-
fingered.
you're not
I've
made of
explained
stone.
this,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and it was hot, and I came.
No, I thought that Normus had been sent off to intolerance camp. We deemed him too tolerant, so we sent him off to be trained in the ways of bigotry.
Yeah. He'll be a fucking university lecturer in no time if that's the case.
We sent him to the Grand Master of bigotry.
Hey,
Yeah.
turn yourself up a tiny bit more, Cookie. I think I'm
Oh,
peaking
yeah.
there.
Fucking turn you up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
better.
that's better.
And I got.
I have
wine
no
and
idea how loud I am, so just tell me to shut up if I'm too
Oh,
loud.
everyone wants to know what my sausage is. Here. Oh, there.
There's your sausage.
There
it
it
leaks.
is.
It leaks, but you know, it's still tasty.
It does. And I got I've got a Negro Diavola 2022 from SC Pennell Wines in Adelaide. Fucking delicious. So cheers, boys. Man, if you're in
As far as-
Adelaide, 100.
As far as wines go, is the Adelaide wine better, or is the West Australian South wine better?
Adelaide's the best.
Adelaide's
Hands
best.
down, yeah, better than like anywhere in Australia, I reckon.
You reckon?
Adelaide wine's joy. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Where else can you get wine from apart from WA?
Oh, there's
South.
Tasmania's got a sick wine region.
Oh,
Hunter
yeah.
Valley's good. There's a good region in Victoria.
Is there?
I've got fucking wine.
Are
everywhere.
we seriously talking about fucking wine in the first 2 minutes of the podcast? What the fuck?
Well,
talk about
you know,
tyranny.
normally Normie's told someone to kill himself, so we go off about that. But
That's what I mean. I was
'Cause
going to
it's-
set a precedent here. And like,
Yeah.
Yep, everything's
Yeah.
fucked.
you have to fill in for Normie if you can do it.
I'll tell you why we're talking about wine, because we're wogs.
That's
You're
true, but I don't really
Polish.
like wine.
Polish bastard, eh?
Yeah,
Are you
why-
Polish?
Yeah, Polish and
Oh,
Dutch. Why
sick.
don't I get fucking Dutch complexion? What a kind of a time that is.
Oh, I'm Danish, so I got the Danish complexion
Yeah.
with a bit of
G'day,
wog.
Danish wog.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And then
Yeah,
old-
Normie's
fucking olive skin over here.
So is your mum Polish?
No, old man side's Polish, and then mum's
Ah,
side's Dutch.
fuck yeah, old man. Go on some Dutch
Old man
fucking.
doesn't look anything like me. It's fucking horrendous. Like people just go, "No, mate,
Really?
Milkman was round."
What does he look like? I
Just
haven't
a
met your old boy.
thick, fucking brown.
It looks like a plumber or
I'm
a fucking.
getting stiff.
or-
Thick and brown. I'm stiff.
Mm.
I'm getting a hard penis. I definitely need to get one of those.
If you're Danish, are you a wop or a what? I don't know.
I mean, that's up for debate.
I think I'm still a wob.
I think
Well,
you're just a
lady's very
fucking-
Italian looking.
If you're Danish, you're just a pastry with an apricot in the centre. That's
Here's
what
your
you
mate.
are.
Here's your mate Jeff. He's off to a flying start.
I think he says you, Gibbs, but he tuned in. Okay, you fucking idiot. He's like following us around. He's outside your shower. And he's like, oh, not you again, as he's jacking off.
Yeah. Just telling you to take your vaccines.
Yeah. Oh, they didn't take their 8. Speaking of that, 8th wave incoming for Christmas.
Yes.
Jeff must be shaking in his boots.
He would be, eh?
7
8th wave.
facts.
What'd you say, Cookie?
Channel 7 spitting the hard facts again. You're endangering lives, guys. Go and get your 19 fucking needles.
Or I'm just bringing up. I'm bringing
I've
up this
seen it. I've seen it on Channel 7 now. I've seen it on Channel 9.
Yeah.
Just trying to stir up. I love it how, what's Christmas? 6 weeks away? And they...
Could masks return for Christmas? We're being warned of another COVID-19 wave ahead of the summer holidays, with public health experts warning the slow rollout of new booster is endangering lives. Jesus Christ.
Isn't it funny that it's all to do with...
right now, by not getting jabbed right now, by not having needles just jammed into us like a fucking sewing machine, we're endangering lives.
It's
Isn't it
funny how-
ironic that it's probably the opposite is true? The people that are jabbing themselves all the time are endangering everyone's lives.
Yeah, and they're getting sick.
And they're getting
Notice,
sick, yeah.
notice how everyone who didn't get 17,000 jabs is fine. Notice that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, dude, it's so like they're actually trying to do it. Not gonna happen, but not gonna happen, is it? Like the thing, I as much
Not
as
anymore.
brainwashed as everyone fucking is here and as compliant, the only thing that worries me is that it doesn't take much, clearly, by what happened over the last few years to get people to comply. It's just like, oh, you can't go to the movie theater, and people are like, fuck it, I'll get 10. Oh, what? I can't see the new fucking Toy Story. Ah, okay. Give me 10. Fuck my bodily autonomy. That's what Jeff.
I mean, most of the comments on these posts, they're negative. I don't know if that means, it's hard to judge from social media, but
And that's a lot of the time that's just confirmation bias, right? Because the people that
Yes.
that had the impetus to comment are the ones that are like, nope, fuck this noise.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But I guess in
good.
comparison, that over the last 3, there was no one commenting the other way. When you commented, you were the lone wolf.
Yes, and you're getting
Right.
shit. So it's definitely changed. Although maybe just the people that are doing boosters and all that, they just shut up and do their
Maybe
boosters.
they're dead.
Yeah, that's
Jeff's
probably what it
still
is.
there though, somehow.
It's hard to comment when you're not fucking alive anymore.
Yeah.
Jeff somehow still alive. He's like, I've had 79 vaccines. He's like, I've grown fucking 3 arms. I still haven't grown a cock. But
Dude, I think that they may have gained fucking sentience. He might just be a vaccine. Just it's created its own account.
Yeah.
he's just uploaded himself to the cloud. Eh?
The troll cloud. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty, yeah. I'm not doing it again. Honestly, I can see it. The shit thing is that the kids coming in like early January. I can't deal with going. I'm gonna have to fucking. I'm just gonna be having arguments with people, and they're gonna try and kick me out. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh, the hospital.
Mm.
I mean, I talked to a young kid. I remember when we were doing the lockdowns, and I let people come and use my gym shit. And this young kid came all the way from fucking Darlington to my house. That's like a 45-minute drive. just to work out because wasn't allowed in his gym. And he said, my mum I never got one vaccine. My mother never let me have even one.
That kid's going to take
How's-
the fucking world, man.
Why
Yeah.
is he?
And
dead.
he was benching 140 as well. So he's
How's
like
he
he's
not dead, bro?
It's not like he's not fighting fit or anything. he's
No,
fucking
he's
doing
dead.
all right.
He's dead. He's gone. He died. That's
Yeah.
it.
So it is possible to just, say, no, I don't want any of these vaccines when your kid's born and hope that they don't do it on the sly somehow.
Oh no, dude! I think
we'll have digital identity soon, and you won't be able to say no to fucking anything.
That's true. That's not
I
far
think
off.
you'd be surprised how many kids actually haven't had any vaccines. Heaps. You meet them all the time. It's just that I guess they tout the fucking story that no one questions it, and they didn't for a long time. I think after the COVID jab thing, everyone's questioning all of them, which was good. They just shone the light on what they've been doing for the last fucking near 80 years with vaccines. So
yeah. Did you have any in school?
I remember them giving the girls that it was a trial one that gave heaps of people cancer. It was
What?
a girl at my school it was the cervical cancer vaccine, but then heaps of people got cancer from it and they canned it. But I remember a girl at school got cancer after it.
Yeah, we
Fucking
had
hell.
we had like measles or rubella or some shit like that. But yeah, that's about it. Like, so maybe one in primary school.
Yeah, I remember getting one. I don't even remember what it was for.
I mean, it didn't do anything to me. At that time I was a 6'2" black woman.
Oh,
Seemed to work.
you identified as one.
Didn't get measles though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's lucky that too.
How good is that South Park? I haven't watched it yet. The one where they all wake up as black women and like different genders and shit. I've heard a lot about it though.
It is fucking funny. Yeah, Cartman's a woman, a black woman.
A black woman.
So stupid.
How did what do lefties feel about like South Park? Because they just constantly rip on lefties pretty much. That's all they do now. Because everything that lefties really champion is what they're pulling the piss out of, like COVID restrictions and fucking vaccines and
Man, they might
changing genders.
I don't think they've got time to look. I think they're literally just playing fucking alphabety spaghetti, trying to come up with a new fucking gender.
Yeah.
And also,
They just don't watch South Park anymore.
no.
Yeah.
They're,
Do you
they're
think it's
literally so busy being outraged at every post on behalf of someone else that they haven't got time to view
Yeah.
these popular things that normal humans do.
Yeah. I find the biggest concentration of them still is on Twitter. If you go on Twitter, maybe that's because it's more American.
put them in concentration camps? That's what they want to do to us.
Yes, it is. No, so, Twitter is just ridiculous, man. Like, it's where all the full lefty stuff goes down. So it's pretty amusing to watch, especially now with this Palestine Israel thing. Everyone's picked a side, and everyone's just posting fucking. I don't know, like since Elon Musk had it, if they've removed filters or some shit, but there's people posting like videos of children just getting blown apart and fucking shot, and like it's crazy, man. Some of the shit they're posting. Some cunt the other day, he's dead. This Palestinian guy's dead, and a fucking Israeli truck just drives over him, man, and just squashes him to nothing. I was like, fuck.
You know, dude, I was in the city on Saturday night up at that QT bar. It was probably 7 o'clock, maybe later, 7, maybe towards 8. Were you there yet? I don't know if you were there yet, Drew. I think it was before you got there. It was thousands of people again, just walk around with this fucking Palestinian flags, all of them, and I just thought it's so funny, man. Because they're all like, oh, let's have a ceasefire. They want a ceasefire. But it's like, where are the people? What if you want a ceasefire? Why don't you have both flags? Why are you still taking a side? Because everyone on each side that's dying is innocent. It's the fact that that place is built by the Rothschilds. Like they built Israel. Hamas was built by Israel and the West. The whole thing's a fucking setup, and then innocent people get killed. But these people, after a massacre of innocent Israeli people, somehow now, I know that because Palestinian people die, but now they think that that's okay, that people got killed. It's like, no, it's all bad. So everyone
go on
innocent
forever.
yeah.
It's
But all
like-
the innocent
it's
people
that
dying is bad.
It's that
Yeah,
fractionism,
of course,
right?
yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
get drawn into like it. Quite honestly, if you replaced some of the names of either people or landmarks or whatever with names of the fucking Afghani cricket team, do you reckon cunts would know the difference?
No.
They'd just go, "Oh, yeah, I'm all for this," like because
Put
Yeah, they
Sachin
don't.
Tendulkar in there.
I can't begrudge anyone if they're genuinely behind a cause and have knowledge about it, because it's like, okay,
No, you can't.
they've used foresight and formulated an opinion based off what they deem as accurate information. But yeah, just hopping on trends, it's fucking.
Well,
yuck.
they definitely do. Like with the whole Palestine thing, and everyone says a ceasefire. You can't really. You have they've gone too far into it now. If they stopped, like if Israel stopped doing what they're doing, trying to clear out these tunnels and kill all these Hamas people, if they stop, Hamas aren't just going to go, "Oh, okay, truce." They're going to fucking retaliate, man, and they're going to like try and fuck more people up.
They're
It's
going to
too late.
retaliate because the Israeli government organizes it because they're just the deep state.
Well, the leaders, the main leaders of Hamas aren't in fucking Gaza, and they're worth billions of dollars. These cunts, and they don't live in Gaza, so they take all the money. The fucking place just sucks ass for all the fucking civilians, and then when they're getting bombed to shit, they're in another country enjoying their $1 billion. So it's all just a load of shit. And the only
This
people that
comment
die
here.
are like innocent people.
This comment here, Israel lease owned by the Rothschilds, who created Israel, everyone forgets that, ran out on the 31st of the 10th, 23. That's pretty interesting.
Really?
I'll have to look into it.
Do they get charged penalties?
That is interesting.
People like you, and if you go and look into the history of the Rothschilds, how they took power in the world, it's fucking crazy. They have more power than any government, any entity, and who's above them? Who knows? But all this shit is orchestrated. They are the evil people, and they will kill anyone for their agenda. 9/11's the perfect example.
sure.
That was orchestrated by these people. And
Yeah,
who-
but I mean, the Palestine Israel thing has been going back for fucking centuries. Like, it's not just a thing that happened overnight. And you could say that like a lot
Not
of it is
really.
orchestrated. But at the end of the day,
It hasn't gone back. I mean, the Muslims and Jews have been fighting, but not the Palestine-Israel thing. Because the Palestine-Israel thing, Israel was a Rothschild creation after World War II.
yeah, okay. So apparently the Jewish people after World War II didn't even want to go to Israel. They're like, fuck that shit. I don't want to go there. But they're like, it's either that or you get treated really poorly where you are. So
It's
they're like,
either
"All
that
right,
or
we'll
you
go
got to
there."
go hang out with Jeff, and they're like, getting rockets fired at me sounds better.
Because like, who really would? You're in Germany or you're in somewhere, Poland or something. And you're like, this is nice here. And they go, do you want to go to a shithole in the desert? You'd
I
be like,
think-
no, thank you. But
A
they're
lot
like,
of them were from
Rolling
Ukraine.
mountains and rivers here. Do you want to go somewhere where it's nothing but sand and fucked up buildings?
yeah. And then Muslims are just going to try and kill you all the time. Do you want that?
Also, like, who's doing the fucking rent inspection on that one? Lease is over. Fucking get in there, charge them, get the penalties.
Man, I saw a video.
It's fucked here. There's a spot over there. It's dirty here.
I saw a video of a beach in Gaza like 10 years ago, and it was nice. It had like fucking little cabanas on the beach and like coffee places. Looked fucking sweet as. Then they took a video today, and it's just fucking destroyed. There's nothing there. There's rockets everywhere and like dead people everywhere. I was like, fuck, it's brutal, eh? There's nothing left of that place.
Yeah.
But it looked really nice. Like, I mean, as nice as it's going to look in the Middle East. I'm sure there's some pretty rich places. But
Mediterranean look. It looks like Greece.
yeah,
Yes,
kind of. But they had like big temples, like Muslim temple. They look really cool. They look very similar to the Christian ones, but in a different way. Like great architecture, all that shit, and it's all just fucking gone.
Great for harboring young boys,
In their own way.
those Muslim temples.
Don't bother funding Hamas. Just send the fucking Bra Boys and the rest of the Cronulla Riots crew in there to get the job done.
I wonder if sports bet. Maybe we should make a betting app, but just on world events to see what the next thing the deep state's going to pull. It's pretty like the Israel one you could have won
Not bad.
money on because that one's fucking real obvious. They just roll that out whenever it's convenient. Ah, fuck. Have that tyranny again. But
Well,
apparently-
yeah. What about the Ukraine thing's fallen pretty flat, hasn't it? Everyone's like, yeah, fuck Ukraine. Let's go to the Middle East now and look at another war. No one seems to give a shit.
We're done with that flag on our Facebook profile now. We're going to change.
That's what it is.
3
Yeah,
colours
yeah.
is better than 2, bro.
Yeah, 100%. So
Man,
they're trying to tell Zelensky to come to an agreement to end it, but Putin gets to get in the agreement. Putin, everything that he's already claimed, Putin has, he keeps. So like the annexed areas. So it's basically what would have happened pre the war, but they just fought for 2 years to do the same thing that they would have done before they fought.
And soaked up all of the rest of the fucking planet's money in doing so.
Basically, yeah.
Which is
got
money
billions off
laundering.
America. And fucking Zelensky's still
And
trying
us.
to get money out of cunts. He's
Over a
still
billion.
asking.
over $1 billion off Australia.
Yeah, that's right. And then the Bushmasters. How much are they fucking worth each? 80 of them, or 80 or 90 Bushmasters. And they're all destroyed within a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
If they're made, probably only worth $1.50, man, to be honest.
Yeah.
How funny is it? That's another way that they just demoralize us. The Bushmaster has always been a show, one of the things that the Australian military was proud of, an Australian creation.
Like
And
the
they just were
Collins
getting
class
blown up. What?
Yeah.
submarine. The Collins class submarine.
Yeah. But they were just getting sent over there and just blown up. They blew all of them up. And there was videos of them that just smoking fucking shells sitting there. It was an embarrassment. And then our ScoMo would just send more of them. Just kept sending.
Well, I don't know if it is an embarrassment. I think it's probably like the Ukrainian soldiers has got them and go, what are we going to do with these fucking things? I was like, we'll just send them in there. And then they just got blown to shit because they don't really give a fuck because it's not their stuff.
One of their biggest tactics, though, is demoralizing a nation. If you look at any of their writings for hundreds of years, it's all about demoralizing a population. And they do it in so many ways. Even like they've got like NPCs, like Jeff Watson, is he a bot? I don't know. But people like him that go around and try to demoralize people with their 3 insults they recycle every week. But yeah, and the people that follow.
We do tell him to kill himself every week. That's a bit of a.
Well, he hasn't taken a hint yet, but
Come back every week and just fucking ping comments in the thread.
yeah, but it's the same comments. I've seen sophisticated analysis TBH about 100 times. Freemasons.
Maybe he's AI.
That's what I
Maybe.
think he's a bot.
He might be AI. Yeah.
But even Chat GPT has a pretty advanced vocabulary.
Yeah,
That's true.
he was first gen, I think.
Yeah,
He's
first gen. Yeah, when they first tried it, and they're like,
Yeah.
"This is pretty retarded, but fuck it, we'll release it anyway."
Imagine that's what your life has been reduced to. That you're worse than a bot. You just sit in your basement and you're diminished to a fucking bot.
Also, just imagine you've spent your week saving up your hard-earned fucking Australian crowns, only to sit here and listen to some Italian cunt fucking chew cured meat on microphone.
And the best thing is it's fucking epic. I'm having a time. No one listening to me chew is. You're tuning in to hear me chew.
Man, we've done a few episodes where we're all eating,
Mm.
and people get hell pissed. But it's like,
And
whatever.
by people,
Potato chips,
normie.
possibly fine next week.
Yeah, you have to eat something. It's kind of like a staple to be on the pod. You got to chew obnoxiously into the mic. Yeah.
Apparently, the
So,
Kiwis are getting chopped by India.
Yeah,
Cookie.
it's still 1 or 2 for I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Love it.
Well, I've done fuck all research this week because I've been bloody under the pump. So I got nothing.
You
great. I
don't need to
haven't
do
looked-
fuck all research ever because the world just delivers you on a platter every day. It's like, what's the
Yeah.
next thing? What are the 100 things that we've been threatened with this week? COVID Christmas,
Yeah, COVID
another
Christmas.
war.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been following the Palestine thing a little bit, but the one thing that pisses me off is just all these fucking people that have just picked their side. And so now it's just like, look at this dead child. And then the other guy goes, yeah, well, look at this dead child. And you're like, it's both bad, you fuckhead.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make a difference.
Our dead
You
kids
know?
are worse than your dead kids.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. It's
just-
hectic, eh?
It's that division. That's what you're talking about before, Josh. It's easy. They just they drop the meat into the pit and let the dogs fight over it. That's pretty.
Yeah.
And what
Natural.
people don't realize is they have literally got people already, without knowing it, to take sides in the war they want to roll out. Because if they can get a side to hate, like the majority of the world, to take the downtrodden Palestinian side, then when they go to war or whatever Palestine does, it's going to be justified. And if they can get people on the side of Israel, then they're going to justify it. And then we have World War III. It's just that.
Well, yeah, it's looking that way. The other thing is with like Palestine, all the people that are supporting it. Obviously, if people that are Middle Eastern Muslim support it, you can understand that. But when there's all these lefties, trans people and stuff, how quickly would they get decapitated if they were in fucking Gaza?
Well, I'm pretty. I don't think that is there a Palestine.
Plane.
Nah, they wouldn't know. It'd get bombed in the
Is
fucking
it-
air. They got a rainbow plane flying in there, like fucking get rid of that thing.
I'm just throwing this out there though. Is there a Palestinian that lives outside of Palestine? Because it seems
There's
like a
heaps.
jail. It seems
There's
like a
heaps,
jail.
man.
And when you leave Palestine, are you Palestinian anymore, considering it's not a country?
All right, yeah.
Or are you just Israeli? Are you from Israel? Because technically it's Israel, isn't it? Technically, but they just don't let them into the other part of Israel.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
It's not actually its
Well,
own
what's that
country,
West Bank area like? That is that any better, or is it as big a shithole as Gaza is? I wonder. I don't really.
but-
know
Oh, I
much
think
about it.
it's been blown to hell as well.
Has it? Yeah. Okay.
Gaza doesn't, to be honest, but I think we were looking it up on the.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that bad. Like I thought it was going to be just like Mosul. That's what I expected.
It's definitely worse than it was though, because I saw a video from like I said, 10 years ago, and it looks quite nice. Maybe they were more integrated back then or something. I don't think they were. I think they're still.
Well, they used to have an airport, and they used to be able to leave. I think that it was just
Did
more
they?
like it was probably like apartheid more. But now they're basically in a prison where they don't get to leave. Because they blew the
Yeah.
airport up.
Well, I don't know if they don't get to leave. It's just no one wants to take them.
Well, no, you can't. You can't really leave.
Well, no, because no one wants to take them. Like all the majority Muslim countries around there don't want them because they're a fucking problem. Everywhere they go, they cause shit.
But it's not them. It's the whole.
No,
all
it is
of this
definitely
shit-
them because they took them in. And majority of them either ended up in jail or like on charges of some shit for trying to rape women and all this shit. They're a fucking problem, man.
Oh, I'm sure that is the problem. Is a lot of them. A lot of people grow up in societies that don't have that are those kind of law. I don't know where they don't care about that kind of shit, or it's you pull someone from the Congo where they have to kill people. They have to fight
Yeah.
to survive. They're not. How hard is it going to be to integrate into a society where you don't fight to survive? You just
Well, in the UK, they're saying 15 years ago, even less, 10 years ago, it was like 70% British white, and now it's 30%. That's fucking amazing because they've taken in so many immigrants.
It's the same with Canada. When I lived in Vancouver, all the Canadians called it Honcouver because I think it was when I
What?
was there.
Really?
Yeah, when I was there, they had this was I left in 2010, man, but they would call it but yeah, I think it was 2 to 3. They were outnumbered 2 to 3 by immigrants in that city at that
Fucking
time.
hell.
So,
Right.
But it's
And-
fine. Like,
and now look at Canada; it's thriving and it's free, and there's no fucking tyranny at all, right?
yeah,
It worked out
dude,
well.
it's like Canada will do something absolutely fucked, and then Australia just has to catch up. Like, there's been a few things the last few weeks. The government signing that deal with Microsoft to basically make us the first under the surveillance technocratic slave system, and they're pushing the digital ID fucking hard now. They reckon they're going to have it rolled out in New South Wales by early next year. So that's awesome.
Shit. So get the fuck out of New South Wales.
Yeah,
It's not going to work, man.
What a fucking great place to be.
Yeah, and wankers that won't talk to you. It's not going to work. Like even so I saw a conspiracy the other day, Josh. Did you watch that one? That one about the trialing the fucking a blackout of digital networks or some shit.
Oh, I watched most of it. I was out at Brekkie, but yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, dude, that's the exact thing the World Economic Forum have been saying they're going to do. Look into that cyber polygon. They ran a beta tested, like they did COVID. What was the COVID one, Cookie, that they did? It was it was something similar to COVID, but they basically just beta tested the whole thing and ran a simulation of it, and they did it for a cyber pandemic. And the whole thing was that an EMP took out the grid, and then every country had a blackout, and went into chaos. People were starving, and then basically when they bring it back online, you're forced onto to get the digital ID and into their, because that's their wet dream. It's to have everyone under surveillance, just 24/7, and a social credit system.
Yeah,
it's man, you'll watch it. You'll see more and more of these major outages coming as well. More of these major accidental outages. They're little litmus tests. Let's see how we go. It'll also give
so that Optus one.
Deploy. Yeah.
That Optus one fucked everyone for like a day and a half. They were saying it's in the billions of dollars of loss.
But do you think that like, I see things like that? Was that someone on our side trying to show the importance of fucking cash? Because all that did was damage to their agenda. And then the first thing every media source was saying, this is what happens when what's going to happen when we don't have cash? What's going to happen? Everyone was saying that exact same thing.
It's my assumption would be that their agenda here is to try and force a monopoly with every sector. So, put a big hurt on the number 2, and it forces you down the number 1 path. And when everyone else is behind number 1, then that's the best way to start off a monopoly.
Yeah. Yeah, and
I don't know.
I mean, they did that. They did that too, Cookie, with the lockdowns. They destroyed small business. But I see every cunt asking friends that have businesses, everyone that haven't cottoned on yet. They're like, "Oh, I got no money. They said they were going to give me all this money to help our business out." No, because the whole thing is to destroy small business. Like, look at who did get bailed out. Qantas. The ones that fucking were pushing the agenda before they pushed the vaccine passports before it even happened, and they were the only airline that got bailed out. Funny that.
Can I tell you they even though they fucking ran me into the ground and then ran our business into the ground, they gave me two COVID relief payments. Do you want to have a guess what percentage of those payments was tax exempt?
None.
It ends with, it rhymes with hero and starts with a Z. Fuck all.
Yeah, I got fucked on that as well for my business.
So basically what they were saying is, here's some more money, so we'll bump you up into the next tax bracket.
Yeah.
So we can then push you into 40 cents in the dollar.
That's what happened to me as well, yeah. They didn't tell me it was tax either. I was supposed to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got fucked. I mean, okay, we got money, but they shut us down to begin with, so that's a fucking dick move. And then they give you money, and they don't tell you it's going to be taxed. So then at the end of the year, you're in, like you said, the next tax bracket, and you're fucked.
This
And
is that thing.
I couldn't believe how much the tax was. I was like, what the fuck? Why is my tax so high? And then they told me, yeah, it's because you got a COVID payment.
That's all they were doing is literally just, well, you're sitting in tax bracket 3. We need to get you up into 4 so you can give us some more dosh. So here's some extra money.
Yeah.
This is the whole thing, though, about being aware of what's going on and using your intuition to actually judge a situation before you make a decision, because that is not what everyone is doing. Everyone has been convinced that they don't even have intuition, and now they just get led down the garden path. And that's the exact thing. You think to yourself, oh, okay, they want me to shut down my business, but they're going to give me money. But then you think, they've lied to me about everything ever in my whole life and literally done no good ever for anyone, the government. But they're going to give me money, and it feels wrong. Everything about that whole situation felt fucking wrong to the core of your bones. But then you're like, fuck it, I'll do it anyway. But now, surely people have learned, after all this fucking shit, that these cunts are out to fuck us. So stop listening to them and literally do every single thing opposite of what the government says to do. Always. Well, you cannot go wrong.
I mean, as good as it can be, I had a decent conversation with a police officer the other day regarding my firearms license. So, like, it expired, and no one ever sent me a letter of renewal or anything. No, I got nothing, and I didn't even realize it because we haven't been because the ranges are shut. He rings me up and says, "Yeah, your license is expired," and I'm like, "Oh fuck." I go, all right, what do I do? And he goes, well, it's been expired for 3 months. I'm like, fuck. And the first thing I thought was they're going to come and take my shit, right? They're going to take my firearms. And he's like, so yeah, I'm just ringing you because if it goes any longer, then you'll cop a big fine. So I'm calling you now. If you do it right now, then we're all good. And you'll just get your license in the mail. I'm like, wow. Then I started talking to him about the ranges. And I go, yeah, well, look, I would have noticed this sooner, but I haven't been at the range because they're shut. And he goes, yeah, I know, I heard about that. And I go, yeah, it's a pain in the ass. He's like, yeah, it is a pain in the ass. I'm like, what the fuck? You're the one that did it, cunt. But he's like, yeah, I'm a shooter. I shoot a lot, and I've got nowhere to shoot because they've shut the fucking ranges down. So he wasn't happy about it either.
Yeah, that's the thing about all this stuff, man. The henchmen that are enforcing all this shit. Do you not stop for a second to think that like me and my whole family are going to have to grow up in this fucked up country that we're creating?
Yeah.
What do they think is going to happen? Surely you must see it. Surely you can't think that life is good right now. Like, yes, we're all in a decent enough position to, eat decent food, have some drinks on the weekend, do whatever. But it's shit. Like, honestly, there's looming every second that they want to shut the fucking country down and lock us in our houses and literally finish off anyone's business. That's just there. They're just dangling that every 5 minutes. Fucking inflation's out of control. Everything's going up by the week. You go to the shops, everything you buy has gone up. Is that a good trajectory to be on? Are people happy with that? They're like, oh yeah, it's fine.
Beat cops like him. They wouldn't be on much. How much are they on? Or a year?
50 grand a year? Yeah, 50
grand. So they're getting fucked as well, really. Like, if they have to pay more for their mortgage and then they got to do everything we got to do, like fucking fuel, mortgage, food, and they're on 50 grand, that's rough. Like, they're probably scraping by us. Fuck knows why they're.
I'd wager there'd be a decent percentage of them that see what the fuck's going on and don't like it, but like us, they're like, fuck, man, I got to put food on the table. Like, it's not time that I'm going to start my horticultural degree. Like, fucking pay the bills.
You want to put food on the table? Get yourself a fucking rifle and learn how to use it. Honestly, if things go real bad, how many kangaroos have we got? There's one every fucking millimeter. There's food everywhere.
You could say we could hunt lefties, but they'd be shit eating.
They'd literally just be bones because they're all vegans.
They'd be bones and soy. And you'd be like, ugh. This tastes horrible.
You eat them and you grow man boobs.
And it's all loaded with antibiotics and hormones and shit. Yeah. Like, you think it's non-vegan?
Yeah, it's just full of estrogen. And he's just like, ugh.
Any vegan free?
Yeah, they're all skinny as well, so they're hard to shoot because they're so small. So
They're like emus.
yeah,
The
yeah.
great-
They're just all green hair, and there's no actual body. It's just
Grug.
green hair everywhere. Grug.
Grug was a
No,
lefty.
no, so maybe there is no fucking extraterrestrials. Maybe it's just vegans that haven't fed for the day and they're just glowing green from all the spin.
Well, fuck.
Their
Yeah, if
head
you were
looks
an
huge.
if you were an extraterrestrial and you came down and you saw one of them, you'd be like, "Oh, it's one of me." Fucking, they look exactly the same.
A soy boy.
yeah.
Yeah, I've heard soy's real good for testosterone. Eh? Really gets it going.
Yeah.
Mm.
I wonder why that is. Like, what's the deal with too much soy? What does it do to you? I'm gonna look it up.
Nature's like it stopping.
Pretty obvious.
shit.
Does too
Well, first of all,
much?
soybeans are like, the edamame beans are soybeans, aren't they? You know, when you go to the Japanese restaurants, the edamame beans, they're soybeans, aren't they? Pretty sure. How do they get that and turn it into white milk? How?
How do they turn almonds into white milk?
Well, but I guess if you chew almonds up heaps and spit it out, it looks white at least. I'm pretty sure if you chew soybeans up and spit it out, it looks green. But somehow it's white milk and thick.
That's true.
It's like
I don't
thick
know.
white milk.
Well, what about soy sauce, man? Fuck.
Oh yeah, that's what it should look like.
Soy be the anti-soy, like. It's like some fucking Lucifer creation from soy.
Is that why there's more ladyboys and shit in Thailand because they have so much soy sauce? So they're all fucking beta and they just end up
I
being
think they have soy sauce and then all the fucking
Who's willing to step up and do the testing methodology?
I've probably
Drew.
already done it and didn't know. I reckon it's happened.
out of 10, Drew. Out of 10
Here we go.
percentage. What do
Yeah.
you reckon from 1 to 10 is the likelihood that you've slept with a lady boy and didn't several lady boys and didn't
Slept with them? I
Yeah.
don't think so. I would have noticed that.
Post
Hooked
Maybe
up
if you
with
got
one.
like a head job or something and that's it, then you'd be like, maybe that could have been a ladyboy. But I never did that, so I'm pretty confident I didn't.
I'm pretty confident you did.
If I did, I'm not fucking telling you anyway. I'm keeping that shit to the grave on my deathbed. I fucked a ladyboy. Yeah.
Yeah, for everyone asking, Normie is I think his asshole got ripped apart and he's getting surgery, getting it put back together. Is that what happened?
He's getting conversion therapy. Is that the fucking one where you go to the church and they're like,
Yeah, he's
the power of Christ doesn't compel you?
he's getting conversion therapy, but back into a fag. That's what he's getting. Yeah.
It's weird that like so his brother is gay. Isn't his brother's gay? One brother.
Yeah. And Normie's gay as well.
Yeah, and then Normie didn't get any of it. Normie's like opposite to gay. And he's got a sister as well, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's weird that Normie didn't get the gay gene, but his brother did. And
He
his
did
sister-
though.
He probably did. He's just
He
pushing
did.
it down. He's just trying not to be gay.
Yeah.
Just repressing it feverishly.
Yeah.
All you're gonna
That's why
say,
he's
just
gone away.
repent.
He's gone away for 2 weeks to just fucking unleash his inner gay man. Have a wide old time and then come back.
On Jess.
Oh, it says here soy intake does not raise or lower a man's testosterone levels.
It fucks with your hormones.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Let's
thyroid.
spend all day long and we'll duke it out and see who fucking takes the crown.
Yeah. It says something to do with your thyroid. So I don't know. That must be what it's about. Not sure. Yeah, so Normie's away for a couple of weeks, isn't he? On holiday.
I think so.
Yeah. Lucky him. Bit of a weird time to take holiday, come back, and then you got to work through Christmas.
Fucking dickhead, eh?
What a dickhead having holidays.
No, I guess you're probably getting built up over the year. He hasn't really gone anywhere, so
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
I think Holly's got a pretty fucking salient point there. All we got to do is not comply with things that don't make sense. I mean, that's a pretty good rule to live by, regardless.
Isn't
Yeah.
it funny how many people can't do that though?
Yeah. I know.
Do you
They put
do
it.
you honestly think Do you think it's belligerence, or do you think it's just complete ignorance? In all honesty,
I think that most people, like say, if you take the COVID lockdown thing, it was obviously a bit of fear involved, like so they. Well, I guess when you start getting fearful, you lose your sense of what's right, I guess,
you lose rationale. Yeah, of course.
You lose that, yeah. So then you'll believe a higher authority, I guess. That's one of the big things, isn't it?
But do you ever have fear of dying? That's a strange thing to me because, yes, I'm not talking about if you're on your knees and someone's got a gun pointed to your head. Of course, you're gonna have fear of dying in that situation, but just generally walking around in your day-to-day life, having fear of dying at everything, at an invisible thing that you can't see that someone's told you about is so fucking irrational, man. And who cares? If you die, who cares? You died. You don't know. And chances are you don't know. Chances are you do, and you go to a fucking back to the source and escape this fucking prison simulation or whatever it is.
This reality might be the fucking loading screen, and you might get into the real game and go, "Oh, fucking hell!"
It's the rainbow wheel. That's what this is. It's the fucking rainbow wheel.
You die and then you
loading screens.
You die and then you get reborn as a Palestinian in Gaza.
It is weird in this life. The idea, people, that idea that you choose. To come here at this time to learn something in the idea of the evolution of your soul or your consciousness. I think it's an interesting idea, but it's interesting that you would choose, like, I don't know, to be a kid born into sex slavery or fucking born into a war zone or.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
If you could be reborn as an animal, what would you go? What would you do? If your next life was an animal,
a donkey, so I can be in fucking Colombia and just get fucked.
You can get fucked.
Yeah,
I'd be an otter for sure. You just get to rape everyone.
You are an otter. You're a human otter.
I would just be the fucking gobbledock, and I'd just have endless Smith's fucking chips for the rest of my life.
A lion. Lion would be all right.
Lion would be boss, except for South Africa, where everyone
get hunted.
Everyone but white man is in danger.
You know what is the only thing? You could be a hippo. They fuck everyone up and nothing fucks them up. And they just sit around.
Oh, what about that one? Was it a hippo? No, it wasn't a hippo. It was a rhino and something. And the rhino just gets fucking KO. Oh, a rhino and an elephant. I'll try and find it. And the elephant has its tusks still because it hadn't been fucking brutalized. And they're fighting. They're button heads, and then the elephant just goes like and sticks his fucking tusk right through the fucking rhino, and the rhino's fucked, man.
I've still seen elephants get taken down by lions.
Oh yeah,
as big as an elephant is, lions get taken out all the time. I mean, elephants get taken out all the time by lions. They'll stalk them, and 3 or 4 of them will just jump on it and just jump on its back and start biting and scratching the fuck out of it.
But don't they have super thick skin? Like you wouldn't even think it'd do anything.
Yeah, they just basically pull them to the ground and then fuck them up.
Man, I was in where the fuck was I? Somewhere in Thailand. I don't know, some back area, and I thought I was gonna go for a ride up into the mountains. So I'm fucking up in the mountains, pissing down with rain. And I came around this corner going fucking hell fast. And there's just an elephant standing in the middle of the fucking road in the middle of fucking nowhere. And I slammed the brakes on and stopped and I'm looking at it and he's looking at me. I'm like, what's he going to fucking do? Should I shit myself and have to turn around and ride away? Is he going to fucking kill me? Because he just stared at me, man. Didn't move, just looked straight at me.
The end of its horn, it was up your ass and you was like, yes.
It just stood there. It stood there and I'm like, I don't want to try and go around him. Because he might just fuck me up. He didn't have a collar or anything. There was no one around. It was just a wild fucking elephant. God damn. So I just slowly turned around and just fucking gunned it and hoped he wasn't chasing me. Yeah.
What a weird. They've literally got a dick for a nose. What a fucking animal,
That's not bad. It's pretty good. Better than having a dick on your arm.
It's a built-in
debatable.
funnel.
It's a built-in funnel.
Have you seen that fucking? I don't know if it's still alive. That elephant that could like full draw pictures of itself and like trees and art and shit. It's fucking amazing.
Lizzo.
She wouldn't even be able to do that. The elephant's better than her. But
Oh
yeah,
man, the boys went and saw Andrew Schultz on on
Oh,
Monday. I reckon it was
Oh,
so
yeah.
fucking funny. I'm kind of spewing. I didn't go.
yeah.
Yeah, it sounded
good.
gold, man. I wish
would've
I'd have
been
gone.
Where,
He's-
where,
I
he's
wonder
one-
if he. What's that?
where was that?
At the Riverside Theatre.
Oh, cool. Okay. Sweet.
Dude, he did 2 sold out shows. That's like 5,000 people. That's nuts.
Damn. Yeah, that would have been
They,
good.
they can
good to
smoke
go.
stogies on their podcast, boys. What's going on?
I know. Dude,
Yeah,
I
we need
said,
to do that.
yeah, we're trying.
We need more stogies, more Louis C.K. Yeah, I'll see if I can get a list together. How's that?
Less tyranny.
No, it's not
Yeah.
going to happen anytime soon.
What are we going to talk about if there's no tyranny?
Mm,
Nothing to talk about.
maybe we just talk about funny shit.
All those
Again?
things we used to enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah, remember when?
Music.
Man, there was a period,
But-
a good probably 50 fucking episodes where every episode we were just like, okay, what's fuck this week? And the whole mood was just terrible. Like we wanted to try and be fun and have fun and talk about funny shit, but it just didn't seem like the right time really to do it. You know?
But the funny thing is, we actually started this podcast as musicians to try and, because we were sick of all the woke shit. We just wanted to rip the piss out of stuff and, have a laugh. But then, the world got even worse. And,
Yeah.
oh, man. And you just get more cynical as you get older. Dude, go back 10 years. What was everyone doing? Drinking piss, as being a fucking idiot every weekend, traveling around the world, having an absolute time.
Yep.
That's what I won't accept what's going on now, and I don't care. I won't stop fucking talking about it until everyone wakes up to it. Because people are, but I'm not going to accept the fucking world they're building. I don't want a digital ID. I don't want to get vaccines fucking against my will. I don't want to be a medical experiment or just live in a world where you've got no fucking money. Everything costs $1 million and there's just, you don't get any enjoyment anymore. That people don't understand because they don't look at history. There's very few countries that actually you have a free life where you didn't get oppressed. And we were that country, and that's fucking ending. And to not have oppression in your country, you actually have to value freedom a lot, and you have to fucking protect freedom. That starts with not giving up your fucking guns. Which
That's
already
why
happened here.
A lot of the people at the protests were from other countries that had been in that oppressive
through
situation.
communism.
Yeah, so they're like, fuck that. What about those Chinese people? They're every fucking weekend they're in the city, in the mall, protesting the CCP. Every fucking weekend. I've seen them there for years. Every weekend they're like, fuck the CCP. And they were trying to get people to come on board and fucking help support. They're not going to get anywhere, but like the fact they're doing it means they understand,
Man,
They understand.
And also
what I
because they've...
found- I found really interesting in HK, Josh. Like we were talking on our last little pod about that lack of consciousness and critical thinking. There was days where we were walking through HK City, and this is no exaggeration, I didn't see 2 people engaging each other for like blocks at a time. Like, I mean, there'd be millions of people on the streets and not 2 single people were standing there having a chat, asking for the time, anything. It was just fucking this, like just drones.
Yeah,
Absolute drones getting from one place
It's
to
a
the other.
weird place, so...
Yeah.
it is weird. Yeah. It's
And-
kind of like
Yeah.
Hong Kong is like what a communist believes what capitalism should look like.
Yeah, what a
The best thing is HK is not even the bad spot. Like mainland China is
Nah.
where it's fucking full on
Yeah.
totalitarian slavery. Like HK is still considered the last bastion of
Well, that's because of the
Eastern
English, right?
freedom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that shit's over now. So
Yeah,
they're
okay.
Well, I've been to China, and it's It's a strange place, but it sort of seemed like it could have where I was. It seemed like you could have been in Bangkok, sort of
Okay.
similar looking, but just I don't know. It's a strange society in the fact that it seems like there's so many people that no one takes notice of anyone. Like you said, like it's just I don't know. It's like got a
dog-eat-dog.
transient.
That's probably why they're so casual about harvesting organs. They're just like, I don't give a fuck. Take his fucking pancreas. They don't care.
Man, that's
Because
what
they're not
really
you,
humans.
you want to talk modern day communism. That's the default template. That's what they look at because it's successful over there. It's been and done. They're moving on to version 3.0.
And they were the beta test for the West. People don't understand that. They beta tested that system for 50 years there. And look at what they got there. They literally got fucking gates around the cities and everywhere where if you don't have a good social credit score, you can't pass through the gate. And it's all facial recognition. And then you look here. This is what drives me insane. You look around here and they're putting facial recognition cameras up everywhere. They put 5G everywhere to run their fucking smart cities. What's up, Beck?
Hey, Beck, how you doing?
And
We
then,
got
you know,
banned. We got blocked. Sorry to interrupt. We got blocked by one of her not followers. One of her haters.
Oh,
that was
he
posting.
he blocked.
Yeah.
Or she blocked. Who blocked it? Was it he or
Oh,
she? Or,
it's a
it?
she. Yeah. It's I don't know who the fuck she is, but she cut up all of us talking to Beck, like segments of it, like for her the worst bits, so where we were saying like faggots or something, I don't know, or just talking about horrid shit, and posted them all up as little clips on her fucking Twitter. And then said like these misogynist. One of them was ridiculous. Like every buzzword you can think: misogynist, transphobic, fucking blah 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 blah.
Heteronormative.
Yeah.
I love
I'm
it when
like, whoa, we got them
when-
all.
when a lefty or just an idiot like that loses their mind, they just say irrational shit to you that doesn't even make sense. Like we're literally. We have like Beck's a woman on our show. And they're calling us misogynist and
I know.
calling us homophobes. Normie's brother's gay. We got actual gay friends and family. Like it's just one of those things. It's like it's fucking ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it is. Well, anyway, so I added them on Twitter, and then they blocked me. So they don't want to talk, unfortunately. But they'll talk about us, but not to us.
Beck said she's still copping shit for the show. It was funny because Normie, like, the thing is, sometimes I guess the trolls derail the show, and then everyone just starts ripping into it. So
We can't help ourselves, eh?
that's the problem. That it felt like that show just became, everyone's ripping into them.
Yeah, I guess we do have trolls, but they're not as vocal. Really, they come and go. But if we had them every week, like what Guru gets and what Beck seems to get, if we had like 50 of them, I'd probably stop then.
Is that why you got me on the show? Because it's like, well, there's a redheaded stepchild on the show, so we can't give him shit. He's already had a cunt of a life.
Bro, you're not even a red-headed stepchild anymore. You're a grey-headed stepchild.
No
eh?
shit, there's nothing left, man. There is a bald spot.
Wait, dude.
Yeah, I'm getting
you know
there as
what's
well.
funny is like before, like I think I hadn't seen you for maybe I don't know six to 8 months.
I know where you're going with this. I looked at photos before I got that fucking jab. My hair is still dark brown. Like my beard is big and thick and dark brown. And yeah, like
No, you got
Yeah,
great.
dude. When I saw you the first time, because I rang. For those who don't know, I hadn't talked to Cookie in like 6 months or so. You know, life just gets in the way. And then I was somewhere, and the song came on, and I was like, "Fuck, I haven't talked to Cookie in ages." I rang you up, and you were telling me all this shit that you got fucked up by the jab, and then yeah, I saw you, and you looked like you'd aged like 70 years. But the one thing is, man, you do look a lot more healthy in the last probably 6 months or so. Like you're getting. But you look fucking sick as hell, man, when I saw you.
yeah, man, I hadn't been able to eat like almost anything for like 9 months straight. I lost like 25 kilos, Drew. like
Fuck.
a lot. Like I was just emaciated, fucking yeah. And then my hair started going white, and yeah,
That's what stress.
To you, but yeah,
Yeah, fucking oath, man. I had the same thing when I got that Ross River. I had a show I had to play because we'd already booked in, and I was like, I don't want to do this, man. I can't even get out of bed. But they're like, you have to do it. And we had a photographer for the show, and then when I looked back at the photo like 6 months later, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, who the fuck is this cunt? He looks dead. Like my cheeks like sucked in, and like my eyes were all puffy, and like, I was like, whoa.
I saw a photo of me, you, and Lindsay from a few years ago, and you look like a young boy. You look hell skinny.
Were you trying to fuck me?
Yeah, I was a wreck.
Yeah, it's funny when you look back at photos and you're like, shit, like that's not even the same person anymore. This is a
but
different
it's not
dude.
the weird thing is, right? It's not a linear curve. Like it doesn't kind of go, oh, you're starting to get older or whatever. It's just here, and then it just goes.
Yeah, you're like this. You're like, I'm 20 years old, and then you hit 21 and get 3 COVID vaccines, and you look 70. You're like,
yeah, that's true. Well, the Caucasian one is pretty shit, right? We go like that, and then we kind of go like that. With the Asian one, they go like, and then at the end,
no, wogs don't, man. Wogs don't.
Somehow, like,
some dude.
Like, what the fuck? Maybe soy.
Yeah, what wogs
is good.
Wogs literally look like wogs are like 20 foot tall, and then one day they're 4 foot tall, and they're a hunchback nonna.
Yeah, that's it. And they just keep shrinking until they're gnomes. My mum's hell small now. She's tiny. She's like 5'2" or something. I don't know.
I love that she's in the intro saying, "Don't be misogynist." She's our biggest critic, man. Drew's mum is just always on here roasting us.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll be honest, I haven't I listened to probably 5-6 eps before I came on that first one. I never really paid attention during the intro. I was like, this is the world's longest intro.
And that's a shorter one, man. Yeah, we used to have a longer one.
It's kind of good. Like it's a bit of a fuck you to everyone watching. Like, oh, son, it's gonna be about 18 minutes before the podcast starts.
Yeah,
and you can go do shit. You can go get yourself a fucking bottle of wine. You can make yourself a fucking
wog platter.
Cheese board. You know.
I love that you do that, eh? Like I'm half wog. I've never made myself a wog platter ever. I do love cheese. I do love cheese and olives though.
That's fucked up.
What about all the fucking mad food that Josh and I eat? Like fucking, like your pickled herrings or your like dirty anchovies or
pickled fish.
Yeah,
pickled fish is joy.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, Guru's got.
Actually, Guru's has the fucking longest intro. His is actually about 5 minutes. It's ridiculous.
It's All right, I'm gonna make a longer one.
I'm not even joking, man. It's actually about 5 minutes. It's crazy. And there's a few people.
He's probably off having a fucking bong and fucking, doing a shit before he starts. So he's like, 5 minutes, that'll do.
I don't think he smokes weed or drinks or anything, man.
Doesn't he?
No, he doesn't.
Right.
No.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's the good thing about when you got a long intro, eh? You can just go and just do shit. I hung out my washing, actually.
I got
to do the chores.
Yeah.
Podcast. I was doing another podcast going. Like we're driving. Just do text when you're home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to have one. We used to have one that was super long. Like this one's short. It's like a minute and a half or something. The other one was like 2.5 or more. So they're getting smaller.
Do we want to have a quick Slipknot situation? Are you up on that at all?
The share that's being ripped on TikTok for charging $7,000 for a cheese board for a reception. Whoa. For a cheese board?
Can you send us that? Wait, send us a Big Day. That's fucking epic.
That's some good cheese.
It'd want to be good. I don't know. It'd want to be like the moldiest shit that was. Dude, Cookie, I remember.
How funny is that, eh? The more moldy and fucked it is, the better it is.
I remember you telling, I think it was you, Cookie, saying that you went to France and like you were eating some cheese that was like buried underground for 90 years and buried in your grandpa's asshole.
So here's
fermented.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? It gets so fucking moldy, dude, that it's spicy, and I'm not joking. It fucks you up. Like, it's hectic.
Oh, that's kind of like what's that? Not kefir. What's the drink you have? The probiotic
it's
drink.
the same principle. Yeah, so it starts to
Similar kind of thing.
So fucking feverishly that it turns spicy, and it's. I saw my ex's dad, who's a seasoned fucking Frenchman, was just fucking KOing out. Like, no, I can't handle this. It's too much. It's
Did
hectic.
you see that? Someone I saw, I don't know, I think I saw on TikTok or something. Some dude saying that they're playing a game. Oh, hide the poo. That was it. Dan posted it. Hide the poo. Have you seen this game? I would never play this game.
I don't think
it's called Hide
I
the Poo. So these dudes, probably, I don't know what the fuck the deal is, but they're like, someone took a shit, hides it, and then everyone has to find it.
Oh, I've heard about this. That's horrible.
And so they played the game. Yeah. And they must have like not finished the game or just couldn't find it or got pissed or something. Forgot about the game, right? So the guy who owned the house, his missus or some shit, is making toast and to put butter on her fucking toast. And the dude
yeah, I've heard about that. That's
took the butter out of the butter thing, put the shit in the fucking butter thing, then put the butter back on top.
You see,
so she's buttering her toast with shit.
I can't be friends with people that do shit like that. That was fine when you were 20. I can't, like you wake up and someone's frozen your keys in an ice cream container. Hilarious when you're young.
Oh, it's still pretty funny. It's still pretty funny.
But also, was she making it with a peg on her nose in the dark? Like,
yeah, I know. Maybe the freezer fucking gets rid of the smell or something.
It was the two girls. One of the two girls, 1 cup chick. So
yeah, I had speaking of that shit, one of my mates one night, a friend of mine passed out. We were at his house and he passed out, and he fucking flopped his cock in his mouth because he was snoring, and we took a photo. And then the next day we sent it to him when he was like at work. Like, oh, check this out, man. Sent him a photo of my mate with his cock in my other mate's mouth.
Hey, dude, we were down south one time. My mate has fallen asleep, and my other mate Keegan's got his balls out and just put them in his mouth because he was on the couch with his mouth open. And he's dunking him, and then we took a photo and just posted it to Facebook.
Dunking his balls. What's that called? Thumbing and nutting. Thumbing and nutting. Imagine if he just fucking bit down at the same time his nuts.
Instant eunuch. Instant. Well, you'd be.
Imagine if you had a fucking seizure, like by balls.
Yeah.
You'd be instantly looking after the king's concubines. Instantly. That's your only job you can get.
Yeah, you used to do heaps of fucked up shit when you were young, eh? Just as a goof.
Mate, we grew up like
good times.
Southwest of WA. There was just dicks and balls and fucking homoerotic shit going on all the time. Like, any opportunity.
Did you grow up down south as well?
Yeah. And around a bunch of fucking surfer cunts. So yeah, there's just cocks out.
Yeah.
Every opportunity.
Cookie was like the old fucking the only medal guy.
Really?
He was the guy wearing the Cannibal Corpse shirt at school. That was Cookie.
Fuck yeah, that was me.
In a fucking
Nice. Which one was it?
School full of surfers, and
I had the fuck. What was
Let's
it?
look them up.
Not fucked with the knife. It was the I had the deer side.
Fucked with a
Jesus on the
knife.
cross with his guts ripped out.
Oh yeah. What's that one?
That's every, like religious fucking free dress day, and teachers just loved it.
Yeah. What's that one called? What's Upon the Cross? Fucking excellent album.
Remember the 90s when all you had to do was something like that to rebel?
Here we go. These are the old school ones.
Now,
butchered at birth.
Now being rebellious is cutting your cock off.
Yeah.
You wore a Cannibal Corpse shirt for free dress. Now free dress day is you just free yourself of your genitalia and walk around school.
Pretty brutal.
That was like, there was a long sleeve of that, which is pretty sick.
I'm trying to find the one I had. I had the one where the guy has his
We're already talking about Cannibal Corpse. Sick.
I can't find any of the super old ones.
Nah, there was the old like pre Corpse Grinder, like first and second album.
Oh
Or
yeah,
first
yeah.
album.
Like the first one, I had the first single of it had a cover of a Black Sabbath song that they did, and Hammer Smash Face. Zero the Hero.
With fucking
And then,
Barnes fucking sucked. Corpse Grinder
Yeah,
till death. Like Corpse Grinder's the best.
for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, and then he started his own thing, and it was pretty shit.
Is that
6 feet under?
36 feet under. That's one. I was going to say
Yeah.
36 Crazy Fist, but yeah, 6 feet under. Blech.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
Oi, I want to see. Beck, send us some screenshots of these fucking losers that were ripping into you. I want to see it. It's fucking hilarious. I love it that they, dude, Cookie. She was telling us that a dude drove 5 hours to go and stalk her. Some troll, apparently. I would call him probably rapist more than troll.
Probably Jeff. More than likely it was Jeff.
Yeah. Jeff doesn't
Jeff
seem
Bott.
to be hanging around now.
Jeff Bott must have run out of fucking coins.
Jeff
Insert
Bott.
20 cents.
Jeff Bott. Yeah. He got updated. He's no longer around.
He got his fifth vaccine.
He's dead. He's at home and he's got a jelly rub around his arm and just pulling some fucking Moderna off a spoon, just straight into the veins.
Yep.
Man, that wine's so fucking good. Oh, are you a fan, Cookie? Red wine?
No, not really. I didn't mind.
Yeah,
I
I'm
tried-
not either.
I tried so many times.
Yeah, I
over
know
the years
you don't.
to get into wine. It's like, it's all right.
I don't know how you can't.
The nicotine in it, so I just don't give a fuck.
It's the
Doesn't have
only thing-
mRNA in it. No, I don't want it.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm addicted now to mRNA. It's fucking
Yeah.
good stuff, eh?
Oh, what?
This
Got a cigar.
fuck ready to go.
Oh.
Light it up. Light it up.
Inside the house, yeah, inside our tiny house. That'll do us a real
Yeah.
good one.
Maybe we should we should get the cigars out for next week. Do something outside.
Yeah,
The,
I'm
the
down.
audio is going to be fucking AIDS, but we can do it anyway.
You should be pretty right. You've got if you take that little thing because it's got a windsock on it already.
Yeah, there's 2 of these. So
You're a windsock, eh?
I'm a cum sock.
Big D's got a very, very good point there.
Notice how Jeff and Normie are never in the same room at the same time.
That would be the best. If I found out that Jeff was Normie, that would be the fucking best thing ever. If that's what he'd spend his holiday doing. He's just on there trolling us.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
do what Smiths do. I'm gonna start an account with Jeff Watson, but I'll put over the A or something like that. So it's just not discernible, and I'll just troll you.
I want to know how much they get paid. Like how much money are they getting to do this shit? It can't be much. Like
I would love to know the actual, because if this is the funny thing, they try and pull the piss like, oh yeah, well, you think we're getting paid? I mean, you'd want to be getting paid, because if not,
Otherwise, you're spending your own free time to come up with ridiculous shit.
you are the fucking worst cunt. The problem is these people have this defense mechanism called lack of self-awareness. So it doesn't matter how much you toast them and point out what a pathetic fucking loser they are, it doesn't it doesn't compute in their brain, and they just pass it off and keep going about their loser ways every day.
I think it's called the Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah. Dude, he's such a fucking flogger. I can't stand that cunt. Now, I remember when he was on Rogan, he was basically telling Rogan, he asked a question, and you know how Rogan kind of tries to get information out of people by acting like he doesn't know and asking them questions. And he's done that. And then he basically said it was a stupid question. And why would you ask such a stupid question? And you're like, aren't you meant to be an educator, you fucking moron?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
true.
they do it for free. Are they actually doing it? But why?
No, because one said that they
Why?
definitely said that they weren't. Because I asked them.
Yeah, but man, this is the thing,
That
right?
they-
how easy
Yeah.
would it be to just be like, yeah, I'll be a paid troll, and then just not do it? What are you gonna do? Not pay you? Is there? A
Yeah,
certain,
that
is
means
there
they'd have to.
Is there KPIs for trolls? Like, do they have to look at it and go, well, you only posted 15 negative comments on this racist podcast last week?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, you
I
know
don't
what
know
I
how it
mean?
works.
You could
Why
just
would you do?
put your bill in, put your invoice in, just be like, yeah, I did it, and just don't do it.
Yeah, that's true. You could do that.
Why would you do it for?
In
The
which
weird thing
case,
to
Jeff,
me is
can you give me your employer so I can fucking get on board, man? It sounds like a good gig.
just not do it. Just destroy your fucking future for $10. That's the weird thing to me, man. Because like when you actually know, there's so much at stake right now. I don't actually understand why people like that can't fucking see it. There's so much at stake. It's our whole future. It's everything we know in this world. We're losing. We're losing, our way of life, our future generations' way of life. Everything is going, and it's happening before our eyes. But they're willing to try and fucking stop people that are trying to call it out from doing that. That's
I guess
strange.
there's always people that are willing to just sell people down the fucking river, right?
Yeah.
Like people will fuck people over to get something.
Yep.
They don't care.
We've cultivated a culture where that is success. It's by stepping on other people's heads.
Yeah.
Using the
It
ground
is.
to fucking save yourself. That's what it is.
And it's also like how you just said before about the China in Hong Kong when no one was talking to each other. They're all robotic. It's kind of similar, not as bad in Australia. But do you know your neighbours right now? Have you talked to them recently on either side?
Actually, for the first time in about 20 years, yeah, we do have like a kind of cool little community.
And you
in
say,
this
"How you
context.
going?"
Yeah.
Oh well, fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah, for
because
the first time in a long time, man.
Yeah, 100%. Like I know my neighbour there because he just moved in, so I was like, oh, I better go introduce myself. But like my
the ironic
neighbours,
thing is that like our neighbours are from basically a war-torn country, so they're like, hey, this is actually not too bad. So how are you? Good to see you.
yeah, okay,
We'll look out for you. Yeah.
right, okay, yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like majority of Australians, they don't really even know their neighbours or the person 2 houses down. They may see them.
It's been by design, man. They've done
Maybe.
that because if you think of the way it was, we're all European, most of us, and even, like you're either from England or from Europe. You came out through the wars, through World War II, or your family did. So, dude, everyone that comes on this pod is like Polish or Italian or Croatian or whatever. They all came from that same thing, and all of them live that same way. They grow up around their grandparents. Then they have kids, and their kids live in that same building, maybe on the next floor or next to each other, and they have this thing. And man, that lifestyle in Europe is fucking great. But you think about our lifestyle now, you don't get a spare second to even think. You're at work all the time. Everyone's stressed out. Everything costs $1 million. You buy your fucking food from some hideous chain where there's no nutrients or goodness in anything you're eating. You don't know the farmers. You don't know the local butcher. You don't know anyone. Like that.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
And then that creates this society where no one will stand up when the gov or someone outside comes in and puts their boot down on them because they don't care about their neighbor. It creates that every man from himself mentality. Whereas
For sure, yeah.
on the other side, if in Europe you come into a town and try and fuck with them, you're going to get fucked up. Like if you go
The whole
in,
town.
the whole town will turn on you.
Yeah,
They
that's
don't
what
turn on their own.
a lot of the Asians are good for that as well. They stick together in that respect. Like it's
And that's
literally like a community.
Yeah, and I give the Frenchies a lot of shit because they can be, pretty belligerent and annoying at the best. Tell you what, when something goes wrong in the country, they fucking stand up and make sure.
Fuck yeah, they do.
Yep.
It seems like they're the only ones that do that. The Polish seem to be doing it as well. Every time shit goes down, they get together and aren't too happy about it. So
Well, that's what.
But
they,
yeah,
the
the-
French.
One point where the Polish president had offered asylum to basically anyone in the world that was dealing with this shit and wanted to come and stay in Poland.
Yeah. Fuck man, Polish chick's pretty damn hot, so I'd take that offer.
Yeah, pierogi on the reg.
Just pickled fish everywhere. And drinking beer and out of a fucking wooden mug in a dungeon somewhere that used to be a castle.
I love that like Poland just doesn't give two fucks, and no one can give them shit because they got absolutely destroyed in the Second World War.
Poland and Czech Republic.
Yeah.
But
Czech
that's
Republic's such a great place.
That is the thing. It's the same with people you meet or anywhere else. Where people grow up in these harsh conditions, they're hard as fuck because they don't give a shit. They're like, "Cunt, it's -40 outside. 3 of my relatives died on my way to work this morning. I don't care."
Yeah, and we lived through 20 years of communism and slavery, and we're not having it again. In the Czech Republic, or probably the same as Slovakia, but the Czech Republic, it's fucking fresh there, man. It did not happen that long ago. So
no, it didn't. It was 80s, right? It was late 80s.
Yeah.
Where they became sort of independent.
And Poland.
And all the buildings are still very communist looking, like very drab, fucking one color.
As soon as you move into that Eastern Bloc area, it looks like that. It looks way different now.
But it's funny that even in like Vietnam and shit, they have the same that same look. It's just like a communist look.
Well, it's communism being post-war, and Vietnam suffered that same thing. Basically, an incursion from internal forces that had fuck all to do with them, that came in and just wrought their country. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Priorities for sure.
Well, it's the same. Dude, we are living through another communist revolution right now. Most people have no idea what's going on. The communist revolution is the same thing that they've been trying to get forever, and they're trying to do it again, and they won't stop until they're either gone from this earth or they get it in. They want global totalitarianism, and it's that one fucking thing.
How do you bring... So a good way to reverse that would be to start being more like Europeans and Southeast Asians are.
100%.
Where they're more family, not so much family, but even just neighbor, like, I don't know about if you remember, because we're all sort of a little bit older before sort of mobile phones and shit came in. But up in where I lived, in 2 different places, we had like street parties occasionally where every person in the street would just get together, bring food, set up tables, and just everyone would talk in the whole street. And so once you've done that, if any shit goes down, every other neighbour's got your back. Because they're like, oh, there's this dodgy cunt I just saw trying to rob someone. So they'd ring everyone, And that doesn't, like, I haven't seen that for fucking years. Like, I've not seen anything close to that.
Well, now you even think about, parents have to go trick-or-treating with their kids now. There's no way they could, I was up in the suburbs the other day at my cousin's place, and all the kids trick-or-treat there, but they have to go with their parents. That never happened, or that kind of thing. Because you knew everyone in the neighborhood, and it was, obviously there's always been creeps and people that are doing,
Yeah, but your mum was just like, just avoid house number 23. He touches kids. And you're like, all right.
Yeah.
So you just go to that house.
Dude, that's what it was actually like.
One piece of candy from his house.
Yeah.
Man, you used to come home from school and just hop on your bike, and you wouldn't even be home till dark,
No.
Up the road, skateboarding or riding, hitting jumps and
well, I mean, you had the benefit, and I did as well, as I was in the hills, of having a massive area of just bush and fucking whatever you wanted to go have fun. Like, think about kids born down in, Perth's not exactly a fucking huge metropolis, but if you're born in Vic Park, you had the local fucking park that you could go to. That's pretty much it. There's no bush, there's no trees, there's no fucking none of that. So you're a little bit more sheltered in that regard.
I'd like, man, I honestly...
In hindsight, I look back at our upbringing, and there's nothing... I'd like to take it for granted. I don't anymore. We were able to do some pretty cool shit. Like, just dumb stuff. Like, taking cars to our friend's farm, like using bush bashers.
Flog them.
Fuck yeah. Like, I love doing that, yeah.
Stealing.
So I'm like, just dumb shit.
stealing your
Yeah.
dad's fucking beers, building cubbies out the back, fucking. Dude, I
Yeah.
remember my mate stole his dad's bullets and we made a fucking gun out of a mouse.
Oh, you told me about this. Gun out of a mouse trap. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because in your mind when you were a kid, my mate, one of my mates, he was always making weapons, but he was just really good with that kind of stuff. But like
Yeah.
in your mind, the way a firing pin works, which it's true, you hit something in the center of a bullet, it's gonna,
Yeah.
it's gonna
the primer.
fire.
Yeah, well,
But
yeah.
you've never even heard about such things like if a barrel slightly bent, it explodes in your face and kills you.
Yeah, you don't care about that. So, yeah, who gives a shit?
How's this? COVID, no COVID in the wastewater. So I would post the link to where you saw that. Oh, it's in the
Really?
wastewater. Sorry, I
It
read
is
that.
in the
So
wastewater. COVID,
no
in the,
COVID.
how could that be possible?
They said no.
Oh.
Oh, because that's how they said they were reading it before. They were saying that they could pick it up in the wastewater. Funny that
You
they
could-
never isolated the virus, but they can pick it up in the wastewater. That's
yeah,
funny.
I call bullshit on that one, eh?
And also, it gives you a pretty good indication of how fucking healthy tap water is. Get it in your kids. Real good stuff.
Yeah.
I've been looking to try and get a filter. Some of them are quite expensive, eh? If you want to get the full ones,
Yeah.
that
Yeah, spend the money.
I mean, it's worth your health, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How much
Yeah,
was
I think
yours?
it-
Cookie's got a lot of fucking.
yeah?
Mine wasn't too bad because I bought the plastic, like the safer plastic instead of the glass. Like the glass was like fucking $1,100. So I was like, nope, not doing that. So yeah, I think mine was like $700 or something. But man, it's
Yeah.
it's
They're like $1,000. Yeah.
And what did you have to do? Like change filters and shit, or what
you
happens?
just
Like,
every
what's-
year you change one of the filters, you swap the little rocks
Every year.
over and all that shit. Yeah.
right?
Man, don't you reckon these people just thinking about these cocksuckers in the mainstream media that are trying to stir up this fear porn, those people deserve to fucking hang for what they're doing. They are some of the worst. And you see now why after World War II they fucking hung all these fucking propaganda people that were putting like Goebbels, not Goebbels, but the rest of them. I don't think they
Man,
got
there's-
Goebbels.
There's a reason that those guys were fucking 2 and 3 respectively. It's because it's the weapon. That's how you change everything. Like you can shoot rockets and fucking run cunts over with tanks. Like propaganda is how you control the narrative. You change things.
I know.
So how
it's
do you
like-
reckon? I was going to say before on the point about sort of community. How would you turn it around? Because it's not just Australia. It's pretty much everywhere where you have these fucking phones and like technology and shit.
Man,
People are
it's-
just not
Yeah,
communicating.
It's tough. We have to reverse 20 years of the way our culture has changed. We've let
Yeah.
it change. That's the
That's
problem.
true.
Like you said, we would get together with other families in the street, and you just there's no need for a party. It's no one's birthday. You just have fucking dinner together because that's what
Yeah.
communities do. That's what they used to do. We
Yeah.
don't do that now because we're so terrified of, well, fuck, I don't want to catch the horrible virus from the man over the road. He had a mask on earlier. That must mean he's sick.
Yeah. I can't imagine what it's like for like younger kids. They got school and shit, but you get out of school, I suppose you got your workplace, you can meet people. But other than that, it's all phone. So you're not interacting with people face to face. At least us growing up, we had that, right?
And that's
so we got to experience it.
Yeah, we will be the last generation where that was right, and that is your life. You're going to go,
Yeah.
hang on, this isn't right. I want to go back to meeting people and having dinners and not watching TV. Like you'll be outcast.
It's hard to do that. Like really hard to do that.
But the annoying thing is how well their fear porn works. Because me and Cookie
of course.
we've been talking about this a lot on the Patreon about the capturing the consciousness of the masses, because I do think that there's an actual power in mass consciousness, whether it's raising consciousness or lowering it. I think that's why they persist with the fear porn so much, because they know that if they can put fear porn out and people start buying it, and they'll actually they can actually bring their things into fruition by doing that. And I don't think it's just because everyone believes it. I think that there's a power in mass consciousness. I think it's well beyond something that we understand. And then when it doesn't take off,
there's definitely something at play that's far less tangible, something more existential than we can understand. Because it is like you and I have said, Josh. There's too much. It's so intricate that it's like, okay, like, are we just focusing on the nitty gritty? Is there something a little principle or fundamental here that we're not?
Yeah, I know, and they go to such fucking extents, and it's that thing, that intuition sort of thing as well. When you feel, when you've been in a crowd and you feel things are going in a bad way, you can feel it in the air. It's not just something that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and when
you walk down the wrong street and in a city you've never been to, and you're like, something feels off here.
You can feel it. It's literally your intuition. It's like in the crowd when.
No, that's. I just sorry to butt in. I just wanted to ask, like, both of you, because this is something I thought about after we talked about this, Josh. Drew, on stage, felt that? Because I like
on stage.
Yeah, like, have you ever felt like, oh fuck, this is about to go south? Like, and I'm not talking about just before a crushing breakdown or something. I'm talking about like you're playing like, what the fuck? What's going on over here? And you get that sense like, something's about to go wrong. Like,
something's going to go wrong.
That. Yeah.
On stage, I don't know.
That's kind of the opposite.
In crowds, yeah, that's the thing. I've had when I'm in the crowd, I'm like, something's about, like, something feels weird here, and then all of a sudden, yeah, a roof collapses, or fucking, there's blood spurting. Like, yeah.
You can feel like when there's people that things are popping off. You've been at a festival or you've been in some kind of crowded situation, and it gets aggressive. You can feel it as it's happening. You can feel it before it's happening. And then it's the same when you're at a concert of a band that you love, like, and maybe it's 2,000 people there that are just having the time of their life. It's this elevation of consciousness. It's this elevation of frequency. You can feel it in the air. It's the same thing. Those things we've been told to not pay attention to. We've been told that intuition's not even a thing, when the whole right side of our brain is intuitive thought. It's creativity, when the left side's that critical thinking, and which you need both. But science and all the society wants to put this weight only on that one type of thinking, that left side brain thinking. It's all logic. It has to make sense. It actually doesn't, because there's a lot of things that don't fucking make sense, and we're never going to make sense of them until we start trying to be intuitive and looking at them through an intuitive way.
Well, it's one thing that women seem to be more intuitive in general. They seem to be. I don't know what that means.
Maybe because they don't follow that instinct side that we do a lot of the time, which is led by rage or fear or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it is hormonal. Right.
Yeah.
I think it's.
I think it's instinctual. It's a little bit like you can't hear 30k, but I tell you what, if you stood in a room with 30 kilohertz blasting at fucking 110 dB, you're not going to feel good after a minute or two.
No, that's true. You're going to shit yourself. No. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I don't know. It's everyone's been in that situation. Like, I've definitely been in it before, like getting into a fight or like a scuffle or something, and you just feel like something wrong is happening and something bad is going to happen, and then
it's
you get
not like
the fight or whatever it is.
The energy changes, and it's not a vocal cue, or it's not an audible cue or anything like that, or something visual.
No,
you get a sense. Yeah, what? Like, why do I feel weird? And then, sure enough,
why is it that if you're in a room, say you're in a room, especially when you're on drugs, like if there's a bunch of people on drugs, say there's fucking 5 of you, right? And you're all having a hell good time talking shit. And then one person comes in and they're in a bad way. They don't feel good, or
They
they're
bring everyone
negative,
down.
everyone goes to that bad straight away, right? They don't stay happy and no, everyone goes. The energy comes down straight away just from
It's
one
like
person.
in this world, there's like a trend towards bad energy for some reason.
Maybe
There always
But
is, and
that
even
person never goes happy. Everyone else goes sad. It doesn't happen the other way.
dark energy
Yeah.
seems to suck everyone into it. Those dark feelings. Like someone walks in a room and they're miserable, and you don't even have to be. You can be completely sober, but someone
Yeah.
walks into a room and they're miserable, and they make it known. Even if you're having a conversation, there's someone on the other side of the room. You get that feeling that they're sucking the life out of the room. That sort of
Yeah.
thing, and bringing everyone down. You don't even have to be hearing what they're saying. You just know. And the whole point of saying this is I think that there's a lot more power in collective consciousness than they want us to understand. And that's why they use fear porn, because they know when they can get the whole population scared, we will will their whole plan into existence by something greater than we understand. And it works every time. And on the other side of the coin, it doesn't work. Like right now, when they keep making fun and everyone laughs off their dumb shit, like the monkeypox was the perfect example. Monkeypox, they were trying to do that. They were trying, because the World Health Organization came out and said that it's something that we need to take seriously, and it basically is going to be a global pandemic. They said it themselves, that terrorist fucking guy that runs it. And then it didn't happen because it was a joke. Everyone's like, monkeypox, that's fucking retarded. Fool me once. And the same thing is happening now. That's the hope I have. I don't think that they can pull this shit off again. But they know if they can capture the consciousness of the masses, that
But it won't be virus. It won't be a virus because they've played it already, right? You can't do it again.
But they want to, because the virus thing's such a big part of their plan. Like their vaccine passport is such a huge part. It's tied in with the digital ID. And they didn't get it.
I guess you could, but it'd have to be worse than this one. I'm not saying this one was bad. It's just a flu. But like they would really have to make it so people are like bleeding out of their assholes or some shit.
They would.
Man, same shit with the bird flu. They did the same shit with SARS. It's just none of them stuck. For some reason, COVID was the one that everyone went, oh yeah, this one we believe.
Maybe technology. I don't know.
That's why I think it was just a war of attrition. It was like literally one new one every year for about 5 to 10 years. And then at some point, everyone's barrier just breaks down and they go, yeah, all right, fucking COVID.
I thought it was more
Do you remember
programming, man. I reckon all those were programming, because
like movies and
well, just
and it was to get in your head. It was to get in your head that. But yeah, and it was to get in your head that pandemics happen every few years. So they had them from about 2003, I think was the first SARS. And then they had them every few years. And I reckon it was programming to get you used to it, and all the movies and everything. So when they did it, everyone knew what was going to happen. Everyone's like, oh, we go into lockdowns. Why do we know that? Because they've been telling us for fucking years through Hollywood that that's what happens when they have a fucking pandemic.
Yeah,
which
one of the ones
make
they
any
said,
sense.
Everyone kind of took, everyone took their cues off what China did at the start, and China full lockdown because it's China, and like made it look like people were fucking dying in the street. You remember that shit at the start?
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, people are dying in the street. Did you see that in China? So then when they tried to do it here, everyone just went straight in.
Yep. And we were like, I said to Josh Drew, we were in HK in end of 2018, I think it was, or 2019, whatever it was, when all the riots were supposedly going off, and my old man and old lady were like calling me every day, seeing what's going on. There's really cocktails and all man. We didn't see. We walked around the whole fucking city. There was not one. There was one street where there might have been a small protest of college. That was it. And that was right. We got back, and then COVID just kicked off. So when they were showing footage of, bodies being fucking laid in the streets and all of that, absolute horseshit.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I found that a lot. I realised more so how full of shit the media was when I was living in Bali, because media always run stories on Bali because it's Australia, right? So we want to know what's happening in Bali. And mates or people would say, "Oi, what the fuck's happening in Bali? They're getting rid of alcohol or something." I'm like, "Sorry, what?" And they're like, "Yeah, the Australian news said they're getting rid of alcohol." I go, "No, they're not. What the fuck would they do that?" And like everything, they kept telling me all this shit that was happening in Bali. And I'm like, I'm here, I'm walking around. None of that is happening. And then I realized like it's just bullshit. And no one calls them out on it because there's no Balinese in Australia to call them out on it. So they get away
It's
with
like
it.
there's no overrunning of hospitals right now. It's not happening.
No.
It's a fucking lie. But they don't even, and it was the same through the whole charade. It was never a thing. And there was people that work
never
in the
was.
hospitals saying that exact thing. And people don't even care. Dude, that's one of the things that drives me fucking nuts the most is that you can show people that, they'll be like, oh, where's the evidence? You can fucking show them and they will find a reason why that's not true. They just don't want to fucking accept it. And the worst thing is that we have to suffer the fucking consequences of all these people that are walking us off a cliff. It's like being stuck in a crowd. You've been stuck in a crowd and it goes sideways.
A mosh pit.
I don't know have you ever been in one where I remember I was in Vegas for New Year's one time, man, and like as soon as the fireworks went off, the whole crowd started panicking, and the whole crowd fell in on each other. Yeah, because dude, you've never seen that many people in your life. It's millions and millions just crammed into the streets, and they gate off all the casinos. You can get in, but there's bouncers, so everyone's kind of confined to the street. But it's millions. Like it's like being in a mosh pit.
It's like being stuck in a riptide, right? Like it's just a wave of people.
Yeah,
you're fucked.
And when it happened, like your legs become, you can't use them, and then you're like, whoa, and you're like going where the crowd goes. And I went one way and I was like, shit, and then I went this way and I felt the whole weight of the crowd collapse on me, and then I was like, shit, it's the heavier. I was like,
hate that feeling.
This is how people die, because I'd never really experienced the weight of that. And when they all fell on me, I was like, holy shit, it was fucking hectic. And then I got picked up and thrown the other way, and you can't do anything. And you just go, and people were screaming and crying, going nuts. Like,
that's crazy.
That
it wasn't a mosh pit, it was just the street.
Yeah,
And
just the
everyone was
street,
like
because
that.
after the fireworks, everyone wanted to get out. And then some lady couldn't get out, and she started screaming, like, ah, like panicking. And then everyone panics. And it's that whole, everyone went into a frenzy. But that thing, it's like, that's what it's like now. It's no matter what you do, you can't get out, and you're just being swept along with it. No matter how hard you fight, you just have to suffer the fucking same consequences
Basically,
as the idiots around you that are freaking out and can't
we have
retain
to
any
live
composure.
we have to live in some kind of society with everyone, right? And if the majority is doing something like wearing their mask and you don't, then they look at you like you're a piece of shit that's not
Like you're
conforming.
murdering them. But the funny thing is, it's the opposite. They're literally murdering your future and your family potentially.
That's true. So how do you get through to NPCs? We always talk about it, but how do you do that?
This is the problem, right? We're like, and I struggle with this on a daily basis. I'm trying to explain to people that we need to be empathetic and we need to teach love and we need to unify. But at the same time, it's like, look at these fucking idiots. And look, me included. We're deriding people for being fucking more, putting their heads in the sand. So it's really tough to find you driven us into two factions. So
Yeah,
Well, it's
but
hard,
that's a
man.
good point, because you don't change people's minds by calling them NPCs and pieces of shit. They're not going to change their fucking mind. So
No,
you
but
have to be kind of nice.
and this is the problem. Especially from my perspective, I'm very biased. I'm fucking really angry about this. I know we're joking, but this shit, this very nearly took my fucking life. On the front foot about it, and I'm not going to shut the fuck up to someone just because what I'm saying might be considered a dangerous idea. It needs to be spoken about. But I think we just need. Or a lot of us to step into no man's land and put our arms out and say, I don't agree with how you're doing this, but give me a fucking hug. We're in this together.
Yeah.
The idea of dangerous ideas is the dangerous idea. There is no dangerous
The man
idea.
who says and does nothing is the most dangerous of all. Couldn't be more apt.
100%. It's 100% true, man. Because if you do nothing, you stand for nothing. You have no convictions or morals. You will go along with anything. You will let it happen, and that's the sad point about where we're at. Is that people were like, you know what? I'll give up my bodily autonomy. I'll give up my children's bodily autonomy. I don't want to think, and then
Yeah.
they're still
I think
doing it. They're
it
still
still
fucking
comes
doing it.
back to the community thing. If you fix the community aspect, all this shit would go away.
Dude,
You know, there'll still be NPCs, but like people will be more willing to listen to you.
Dude,
instead
you're
of being hardline.
100% right though, because the thing is, the NPCs will go along with the masses. No, they go along with whatever's happening, so they'll go along with the good or the bad. So if everyone's in a community protecting each other and watching each other's backs, that's what they'll do because they're NPCs. That's why it's just that when times go bad, and you see it in every tyranny throughout history, they're the ones that are the henchmen that go and do all the bad shit because they just drift along with the fucking tide. They're jellyfish, spineless, thoughtless.
I would say the probably the guys that would feel what some of us are feeling more than anything are those poor motherfuckers that got spat on by citizens coming back from the Vietnam War. Like spat on by the very people that they had been told they were there to protect. In the same way that a lot of these people that came out and spoke about all of this shit from day dot, who were getting panned and banned and derided into the outskirts of obscurity, doing it out of belligerence because they had nothing better to do. We're doing it because they wanted to try and fucking illuminate and help people, but then we're getting fucking panned by those same people, which is very ironic.
The thing, and Josh said it heaps, and it makes perfect sense. Like, if we actually didn't comply and showed a bit of backbone, and everyone banded together, the country would be so much better. We could like drink beers on the street. We could smoke wherever we wanted. Dude, we could have cool events.
Stop complying.
Think about this. If literally every Australian for a week stopped watching the news and reading the newspaper and going on stupid fucking social media, imagine the backlash. Imagine how much money they would lose.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Imagine how many more.
Shut the media down, and most of this goes away instantly.
Imagine how many more people would be alive if they didn't take the fucking jab. Imagine that.
Well, there's that,
And what Beck said, silence is compliant. That's exactly the way it is. If you say nothing, you're just as guilty.
And Drew, you asked us the question legitimately when I came on, we had that first chat about all of this. I think when the average man or woman thinks, what can I do? Just exactly what we're doing, man. Just having a chat about it. You don't, theoretically, not every person has to rise up French Revolution style and storm the Capitol gates with weapons. Like, just being conscious of things and chatting about it is the first step to every other solution.
Because you know what happens? Like, how many times have you just been talking to people? I've said it so many times lately. Been in the butcher or wherever, and you just start chatting to people, and then other people are around and they start talking, and everyone wants to talk about this shit. People that you would never think would be talking about this stuff, man. And they start talking, and you can see they're relieved the same way you are that there's other people in the world that aren't just fucking compliant cucks that never even use their fucking brain to make any kind of discernment about what's going on in the world. You know, like, and there's heaps of them, man. There's actually so many more that you think. But they use fear porn and fucking, they use the, like these stupid fact-checking sites and all their, they cancel everyone off social media to make it appear like everyone's complying. When in reality, it's probably the silent majority is bigger.
And that goes again back to like face to face, like rather than being on this, because this is blocked and banned from saying truthful things.
And
when I come around your house, and we're doing it now, but like if I go around a friend's house and say, hey man, what's happening? And he says something, the vaccine, fuck me or whatever, then you get the truth, right? Because there's no filter. There's no digital filter filtering out words. Like if we say faggot 50 times, they're going to ban us right now. but I can say it to my mate all day. He doesn't give a shit.
Dude, that's why
So-
they trapped us. They created the world,
Yeah.
and then they trapped us in it, and then they started kicking us out of it if we didn't comply. This
Yeah.
whole social media world, it's you know, we already have a social credit score because now what you say on this fake fucking world online,
Fuck,
can
we've
get
got a
you-
terrible one then.
Dude,
yeah, we're
yeah.
on like 13 TikTok
Actual credit
accounts.
score or my social credit score?
But,
Let's do some lists because we're nearly 2 hours. I don't have shit for lists this week. We'll have to figure something. Maybe someone's got.
or you
some
don't have the
ideas.
list.
No, I got them, but
I
I,
mean,
don't
can-
have anything.
Can we just put Channel 7 on it?
Yes.
Yeah, that can be on Extinction. Sorry, where's Extinction? Here. Channel 7
I'm
on the.
jumping ahead. Yeah,
No, that's
yeah.
fine. Channel 7 on the Extinction list.
Channel
What else we
9.
got? Or
Corporate
every channel.
media goes on there like every
Yeah.
5 minutes. Communism. Communism would be a good one because it seems
yeah.
to keep coming back. We just
Yep.
can't fucking get rid of it.
Yeah, fair enough. I can't think. Oh, we got some messages maybe. No one's said anything yet. Terms that need to go, don't have anything. I have 0.
I stand,
I mean, is there any?
I
is there any
stand with
hashtags going
Palestine.
at the moment? Yeah, is that the new one? I stand.
Oh,
Yeah, just
yeah.
chuck that on there. Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, I stand with Palestine.
Yeah,
That
that's a
can
good
go-
one.
It's just I stand with, and then we just update it to whatever the latest outrage topic is that people seem to stand with.
Hey, and
Just
by
put
the way-
I stand with third world country.
By the way, when did Fivehead disappear? I was insulted. I wasn't in this meeting where we got rid of Fivehead. I love Fivehead.
I don't know. Oh, terms need to come back.
Yeah, Fivehead's
Yeah,
great.
that was. Yeah, someone said it in the chat, and so we brought it back. I don't have any others for terms.
Mole.
Mole.
Uh,
Yeah, mole.
The 90s was a great time to be a kid. If you weren't there, suck shit.
Yeah. Right. Our legends list. Who are we gonna have for legends list?
I'm gonna nominate Beck for that because she's
She's already
fucking-
on there.
Is she? Oh, cool.
Yeah,
She
from last
copped
week.
so much shit and she fucking keeps going. I love it too. I watched a bunch of her videos.
Sorry, keep going.
I was just gonna say, I love it how she just unapologetically toasts people. I love people that are just like, I don't care what you fucking think, and will just say their opinion. Eat my
Yeah.
ass. That's what it is. I fucking respect that. It's awesome.
For sure. Yeah, don't have any legends. You know who? Kill Yourself is the last one.
What were you saying, Cookie?
I can't remember, but it would have been some fucking.
Kill Yourself.
drink.
Can we put fucking Avi Yemeni on the Kill Yourself list, please?
Yeah, he's turned into a
fucking
real
pissing me
fuckwit,
off.
hasn't he?
Yeah, man.
What?
He's turned-
What's he up to now?
Dude, he's
Oh, I
just turned into a deep state shield. Just a complete.
Really?
Yeah, man. He won't
Did
stop
they-
banging on about
they-
Hang on,
the
let's-
fucking current war.
let me
going
get
on.
his. I'll get his latest photo up, and we'll see what it is.
We
Oh,
don't
who?
know if he was
Avi
just-
Yemeni?
He was just a fucking plant all along.
Well, I
If
mean,
you-
his
I
background.
like Harvey Yemeni, but here we go.
I can't see it. What's that?
What is
Oh
that?
God! He's
really?
flying the Israel flag.
Like, I get it that you're Israel, and that's fine. I've got nothing
Yeah.
wrong. I think Israelis and Palestinians should just walk together and fly their fat flags together and tell everyone to fuck off. That's what they should be doing. But all he's doing is
Well-
over there being a partisan idiot. That
Well,
can't,
how come when he's in Australia, he has no problem bagging the fuck out of Australian government and Australian wrongdoings, but he won't for Israel? Why?
you want to join? You want the war? I don't get what's happening, and there's no way that any
That's like you said,
like
earlier,
any
Chris,
rational.
Yeah, what does factionalism do here? People are dying on both sides. Clearly, that's fucked.
Yeah.
Like,
But
Yeah,
like
but-
he's is it partisan if he's here, so he'll have no problem calling out left, right, anything. But then when it comes to Israel, he won't. He's only one-sided. So he's like,
What is
Israel.
with Israelis like that? They can't. Anyone with any ties to Israel cannot be any like critical at all
Critical,
of the
yeah.
situation. They have to
I don't know.
take a side. There's no side to take.
Because it's tribal.
The
It's
side
tribal.
to take is humanity. Take humanity's side and stop
Yeah, for
siding
sure.
with the fucking deep state and the power structure. Because guess what? They want us all dead. They've said it. They literally say it. They fucking hate
gonna
us,
say-
and they're killing innocent people every fucking day. And these people, that's what drives me nuts about this situation. Everyone's on Palestine's side now. You know what? Fuck Palestine and fuck Israel. How about the poor innocent people that are both the same, that keep fucking dying for these pieces of shit agenda?
Man, I say it to you all the time. Like, there's another war that's been going on for fucking three or 4 years, and is dying into that anyone in Israel and or Palestine is dying, but also people are dying here at the same time, and everyone seems to be getting on with their life and not worrying about it.
Dude, that is the biggest thing. People, like, go look at the statistics of how many people are fucking dying, how many kids have died,
Man,
and
you
look
can't-
at what
this-
they
this
just
is-
did.
You can't find them. Go and find actual stats for the last 2 years. You can't find.
Yeah,
It's probably
and then it was
somewhere close to 1 billion people, as far as we know.
yeah, and then you got the who is it? Is it the, I don't know, the United Nations or whoever, trying to say that the population's growing and we're going to hit 8 billion? No, it hasn't. You literally just killed millions of people. When this numbers come out, man, it's going to be, it'll break humanity. It'll break humanity in two when they find out the fucking truth about all this shit.
But how would we ever find out? They control all of those figures, all the censuses, everything. It's not like we could go around and count people.
Oi, Beck, you should have actually just jumped on the pod tonight. Yeah, it's so, that's so fucking true. It's like I don't know how many times it has to happen before. I don't understand why people keep doing this shit, because it happened with the Ukraine thing and now with this thing. The one thing that really blows my mind about this Israel-Palestine conflict is that they literally just went in and murdered a fucking bunch of innocent Israeli people. And then somehow, because I know that the Palestinians, yes, that they do the same to them, but somehow when that happened, they got everyone to take a side, but it was the opposite side. It's fucking hilarious to me. And then everyone's, instead of going, hang on, a bunch of innocent Israelis just got killed, and a bunch of innocent Palestinians are being killed for ages. Why don't we not take sides? They still take a side. It's the stupidest fucking thing ever.
People are pretty easy manipulated. That's a thing. Like, it doesn't take much to manipulate someone to do whatever you want.
Dude,
Especially when it
takes a fucking hashtag, and that's not even being glib. Like,
yeah,
takes is a hash.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, makes me angry as fuck.
What Beck said makes sense. Just there's people dying on both sides. If you take a side, you're a fucking moron. That's basically
the key word here being elite funded. It's these people. It's them doing it. They've been doing it forever, and they keep doing it, and you keep fucking buying into it. And dude, you say the word Rothschild to someone, and it's not even them, but like, who knows what's above them or what the actual agenda is, but we know that it's these families that are pulling the strings at some point. And you say that, and people are like, oh, fucking conspiracy. It's like, it's written fucking history. This is written history that they did this shit. It's not.
Well, I just think that people are, like you said, all it takes is a hashtag. But to stoke a war between those two countries is not hard. Like, say something about about fucking Muhammad, or say something about the Jewish fucking religion, or say that they own the land or something, and that's it. It's off. Fucking everyone's fighting each other.
Like, yeah, fucking Franz Ferdinand style. I could go over there and start a war. I could just draw a card and drop it in the middle of them and go, there you go, boys.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah. You could. It's not like it's hard, and then they make the money they want to make or whatever the fuck. So, yeah.
So here's the thing, right? In a sincere moment of vulnerability, what's the first step in both of your opinions? If here's me to say, okay, well, we do need to teach unity and love and empathy. How the fuck do we do that? Like, what's the first
In Australia?
Anyone. How do
I know the
beings do
first
that?
step. The first step is to stop complying. Like, actually, the first step is to stop complying and to stand together. And like, honestly, stop complying with the power structure. You stop doing that first, and then look to your community. Those two things, just start doing that, and the world is instantly going to get better.
Create a community. Starting a dumb fucking podcast so you can talk about dumb shit with your mates. Like, it's creating a community. We've got people here talking to each other.
And Jeff,
You don't know.
Well, I reckon it's also the except for Jeff, yeah. It's also like the technology side. Like, stop using your phone and going on Twitter and all that shit, and just go talk to your neighbor or talk to your friend face to face. You know, like we used to have to do back in the day. You had to ride your bike around someone's house and fucking have a talk to them out the front or whatever. That doesn't happen anymore. So
go snowboarding, go shooting, go traveling, experience culture, meet some people, do anything you can. All the things that they don't want you to do. Eat
that's
red
a
meat.
big one. What you just said. The second one, travel. The more you travel, then you see shit. Remember the first time you went to America and you're like, I'm allowed to drink a beer in the street? Like, you're looking around for someone to bust you because you got a beer. And they're like, what? You just have a gun on your fucking holster? And they're like, yeah, I got a gun. Like, what the fuck? Who cares? And then you go back to Australia and you're like, I can't drink beer on the street anymore. Why?
That's why America is I've been to all corners of the earth, but Africa's the only continent I haven't been. But America is the best fucking country in the world, man. You can do. And they're destroying it. They are rapidly destroying it. But it's fucking awesome because it's a country that was built off the idea of individuality, individual rights, sovereignty and freedom and liberty. That's what the idea is, that you can do what you want and you don't have to live under a monarchy or tyranny. You can actually just be an individual person that lives in a community, and your community can do whatever you want. And that community over there can do a different thing, and it's fine. That was the idea of America, and it's the possibility that the sky's the limit, and that's why they always called it the land of opportunity. And they've tried so hard to destroy it, but we never had that, man. We had opportunity, but it wasn't the land of opportunity because there was always limits. There was limits to our freedom, to our speech, to everything we did. So
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I think the travel thing, like what you said, travel is definitely see how other people live, and some are worse off. So you could go to China like you did, and see way more oppression than Australia.
I'm not going to lie to you, man. I don't think China's that much different to you.
Probably not. Yeah, yeah. But the travel aspect, even if you meet someone that's traveled more, they're definitely more down to earth in general. Like, they've got a bit more.
It opens the mind, man. Like
100%. Yeah. So
you got a better grasp on.
Imagine if you Josh. Imagine if we just stayed in Busso or Bunbury like all our lives. I didn't leave.
You'd be giving me shit. You'd be, hey, you fucking Perth cunt.
Yeah.
Go back
off,
home.
you Perthy.
We watched because he told us that Asia is bad, man.
I actually used to be like that. Fuck off, Perthies. You fucking coming down south. Fucking. Well,
you had your thongs on and your board shorts.
Waves, man.
Yeah, now I go down there and I get told to fuck off. Rightly so.
Yeah. Or you get fucking twerked in when you're walking down the street by some drunk whore.
Wait, let's switch to the
times.
Patreon anyway.
Yeah,
boys.
So we've got another. We should actually just meet up and do the cigars fucking next week. We'll just go. I'll bring this thing and we can go do it somewhere. Just get it fucking done. Go to a park somewhere or somewhere cool. Maybe the beach. Somewhere outdoors.
You can smoke my meat cigar, Drew.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I don't
Yeah.
need to go outdoors
Good.
for that either.
Good.
So yeah, and then Normie will be back the week after.
He will, and then I'll be
So
gone.
back in the studio.
I
where are
will
you
be
going?
gone. I got
Where the
my.
Fuck
Yeah,
are
I
you
actually
going?
think I will. I got my 20-year high school reunion, but my mate's coming out from Norway, so I think I'm gonna take a. Actually, I might be back for the pub. I'm gonna take a few days and cruise down
Where?
the coast.
Yeah, sick.
Cruise,
Sounds
but
good.
that's not till next week. No, it might be the week after that actually. By the looks of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'll fill in for you, man.
yeah, that's it, brother.
Well, also, it's not that long till the end of the year, which means we got to do the kill yourself. Speaking of which, the trophy is done, so I've got to pick that up as well. And then
Wait,
and then we'll see where we go.
also come on. If we're doing another, let's get back on. If we're doing another, what?
Yeah.
Because Normie's going to be away. He should come on next week, Beck, and we'll just talk fucking. We'll try and get you
Yeah.
in trouble again.
Yeah, sweet. All right,
All right.
tweet. Switch over. Thanks for tuning in. See you next
Cool.
week.
Cheers. See ya.